Welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Kyle and the channel is called Kyle by the Creek. We're going to take about an hour drive, spend $200, but we're picking up a Cub Cadet XT1. The story is it should run. I think it runs on one cylinder, lost spark, and the guy says I should be able to drive it up my trailer. He said he also has a snow blower. If I can fit it, I'll take that too. So come along, let's see if we can fix this stuff. The owner of this tractor is a subscriber of the channel, and he reached out to me, asked me if I wanted it. So yeah, these can clean up pretty nice, so I'm definitely interested. So we got the 22 horsepower twin Kohler. Not bad. Look at this old thing. Yeah, I guess we can take this. All right, about as easy as can be. This thing drives pretty nice. It doesn't really feel like it's running on only one cylinder, but we'll find out for sure. We'll dive into it soon. So we're back a couple days later here, and I fired it up just to see if I could diagnose it a little bit. It's running on both cylinders. It's got spark, but we have a just crazy oil leak here on this valve. Could be the valve cover, could be head gasket. But yeah, there's just oil everywhere right now. And I can tell through the spark plug hole that this thing is just full of a mouse nest. So we do have to get this thing apart, figure out what's going on there, see if it's a leaky valve cover, which it very well could be, or see if it really is a head gasket issue. But the thing runs fine. It feels like it has full power, just like it did the day I picked it up. And you know, the mowing deck works. I needed to just engage it slowly a few times. It had probably not been run in a while, so I'll have to check on the bearings and everything, but it seems smooth now. But yeah, I don't think there's much wrong with this thing. You know, if it's just a valve cover, that's awesome. That's easy. The weather is terrible. I guess I want to work on this thing. It's Sunday afternoon and I have some time. I gotta do something, but the weather is not cooperating. I got that red Craftsman out. That's the one that got the compression release job. And I'm just waiting for this weather to stop so I can mow with it. But I think today we should get this in the shed and check out what's going on with this oil leak. Yeah, Carmen's got the right idea. It's better in here, dog, isn't it? Yeah. I know, it's kind of gross. Sorry, pup. Yeah, I had to shut it down before we smoked ourselves out in here. Yeah, this leak is bad. I'm hoping it's a valve cover issue, but it could be a head gasket. It's not running like a head gasket, doesn't sound like a bad head gasket. It's leaking a lot of oil, which bad head gaskets don't usually do that. They usually leak their oil internally. So I'm leaning towards valve cover. Yep, I'm gonna work on this one all greasy and grimy. Wow. It is greasy. All right, let's get these fuel lines off, get this vacuum line off. We'll pop this valve cover off and see what we're working with. It's like fresh oil down here. It's on there. Maybe it's on there with silicone. I thought this was going to be a gasket material, but I gotta pry this off. Yeah, it's on there pretty good. So yeah, there's fresh oil right on the lip here. My guess is that's where it's leaking, but this is just so filthy. All of this is going to have to come off. I mean, let's just take the engine cover off. We'll take the other valve cover off. I might try to find gaskets for this because I think that would be better. I can do gaskets and silicone if that makes everyone happy, but we got to keep probing to see if there's some other issue. All right, let's see what we have underneath here. Oh yeah. Not that bad, I guess. Oh, definitely a mouse nest. I know of a couple volunteer firemen that would be very upset with me if I didn't mask up and glove up while dealing with that. Okay, so I took it outside. I was all masked up, gloved up, put on some safety glasses, and we got this all clear. It looks good. All the fins are clean now. The nest was really not that bad. Then I degreased it, wiped it down. Obviously, we know this thing needs a pressure wash real bad. We will get there, but this is looking a lot better in here. We'll at least be able to see what's going on. I think that's all we're dealing with here is a leaky gasket. It's probably leaking like that from the beginning. I mean, I'll be proved wrong if it's a head gasket, but anyway, this is what we're up to. We got these covers all cleaned up, got the silicone scraped off. I have these gaskets lying around, and I'm just going to do silicone on the metal, put down the gasket, put silicone on the other side of the gasket, and that way we have a gasket and silicone. I think that's going to solve our problem. A little bit of Right Stuff Permatex plus a gasket like you saw. These are ready to go. So we have the cover on, and I cleaned it up, degreased it. This engine, not the rest of the tractor like the gas tank or anything, but this engine at least is starting to look like the 141-hour engine that it is. Obviously we haven't like replaced the oil filter, which is rubbing on this steering linkage. And we need to replace the filter. We gotta do a lot of stuff. I'm not getting ahead of myself, just reminding us and just taking a peek. All right, let's get that sorted. There we go. Don't want that to be pinched. It's time to fire it up. Let's see if Carmen will stay in the shed while we do this, or will she venture out into the rain? Seems like we weren't picking up fuel there. No, we have absolutely no gas. Okay. All right, we have gas now. Let's see if this weak battery can take some cranking. I don't know, guys. I think we're gonna be fine here. I think we have a lot of oil to burn off down here, but I bet this thing had a leaky valve cover from the factory, or basically short after the factory. 141 hours. I mean, you know, plenty of mowing can happen in 141 hours, but that is pretty low. I think that engine is just fine. Sweet, it runs so good, you know, it feels great driving. It's nice and fast, and I think what we'll do, if all that checks out and we have no more engine trouble, we'll paint the deck here and obviously clean this thing up and give it a service. Well, it's the next day, and let's give this thing a power wash now that it's running pretty good. Obviously we need a lot more testing to do, but let me just show you how grimy this thing is. We got it back in the shop after the power wash. I'm going to drop the deck so we can give it an inspection. But tractor fired up. I even spun the deck a little bit. So the blades work and everything. Yeah. Let's see if we can get this deck off here. Wow. It's like they're absolutely brand new gator blades on there. I don't think they were ever used. They have the factory edge and the paint is still on them. Wasn't expecting that. Look at that. That's kind of crazy. I've done a full inspection of the mowing deck. Everything's in really great shape. All the spindles and pulleys, the belt. This is the paint we're going to use. So it's Krylon Fusion all-in-one paint and primer. It's gloss black. And I've ground down some of the peeling, bubbling paint, taped off the two decals. We've degreased it and we've dried it so there's no moisture on it. It's not perfect. There's still some dirt some places, but it's a black mowing deck and those end up looking the best, in my opinion. So we're gonna give this a pretty quick and dirty paint job here. Of course, now I got some water from my glove on it. I'll let that dry. Pretty wide angle. Kind of weird. Different than Rust-Oleum. While we're waiting for some paint to dry, I think we'll get these headlight lenses off, give it all a clean. Ooh. Wow. Those are hard to get off. Took the hood off completely. got the other one. Alright, we're on this side of the tractor. We're going to do an oil change. So it's got this, still is like a hex bolt, so I got to get that off, but this is a nice hose and a side drain here. And then we'll get that oil filter off too. And we'll replace this. Alright, so we installed a shutoff and a new filter. I have the oil drained, and we're gonna get this filter off. Try to do it one-handed here. Okay, I have a new filter here, and I made sure to buy the one that isn't so long. That way I won't rub this linkage like the previous one was doing. And then we have the correct air filter as well. Very nice. And this 7000 series Kohler engine with 22 horsepower, it takes just about 2 quarts of oil. Well, I think we're just waiting on the mowing deck to dry here. Just want to fire this thing up to see how it's running after the service. Well, it's the next day. I really like the way this paint came out. It feels, I don't know, way stronger than Rust-Oleum. I might have to start getting that Krylon stuff. I can't tell you how many times I've filmed blades, like me installing blades or whatever, and every single time there's a comment, your blades are upside down. Well, let's address this, because these blades are in fact upside down. So for once, if you comment that, you are right. I think a lot of times people though see the blades, like the mowing deck is flipped upside down, and they say your blades are upside down. It's like, yeah, the whole thing's upside down. I don't know if that's what people are talking about, but in this case, look at these fins. Like, that's what's cutting the grass, is this. So these are in fact upside down. So let's take those off and we'll give them a sharpen here so that they actually have an edge. Although the factory edge is just fine. You could leave it like that, but since I'm gonna have them off, I'll sharpen them. That mowing deck is looking amazing. This whole thing needs to be cleaned up now, but we are right about there, guys. I'm really happy with the way that turned out. Well, I say it's time to get it cleaned up. So a few things, some tire shine, Armor All, a little bit of WD-40 on a rag just to get the yellow metal or yellow plastic looking pretty good. Won't have to touch the deck, and I think it'll go pretty easy with the tire shine to get the tires and everything looking really nice. well, got this thing all cleaned up and was gonna do a little bit of cutting for demonstration, and this squealing noise will not go away. It really hurts my ears. I don't know how that's coming across on camera, but I don't know if that's the spindles. I cannot figure out what it is. I've put all these weights on the seat so I can, you know, operate the deck engagement while I'm looking down here trying to inspect what's going on. The only thing I can figure out is that it's the spindles somehow. I don't know, like, does it not like those big blades or something? Or the spindles seem fine, but something is very unhappy, so we're gonna have to get this deck off and figure out what's going on here. So that one seems perfect. Now this one makes a little noise, but nothing is squealing. I don't know. I'm guessing it's gonna have to be this spindle. There's nothing wrong with this one. Well, this spindle is definitely the problem. I can almost hardly turn it by hand. It is really stiff. It doesn't spin at all. Feels like something's stuck in there. I would try to fix it, but I broke off a bolt. I might mess around with that, see if I can get that bolt out, punch these bearings out. Oh yeah, I mean, I could see, yeah, we got steel cable wrapped around there. I mean, the bearing's probably shot. Makes more sense to just order another one, in my opinion, so it'll be tomorrow. Why not? Well, I surprised myself. I drilled out that bolt and I re-tapped it. So now I'm going to try to save this. So this bottom bearing seems fine. And I can, if I knock this one out, which it looks like it's already starting to come out, I can repack it with grease. This one seems seized. So yeah, we'll see if we can get these out. Alright, and we got them out. Yeah, this one's completely seized. So that's what we were hearing there. And I happen to have these used bearings, but I packed them, repacked them a while ago, and yeah, we're gonna use these. They are fresh and ready to go. I'm still a little perplexed. We're getting some rubbing and I cannot figure out what's going on. So I'm in the highest position here, and at full throttle I'm getting some tinking, like the blades are hitting something, but I don't know why it gets worse the higher you get. Now I know what you're thinking, like, oh, one of the pulleys is hitting the underbelly. No, it's not though. It's not hitting anything. It's the blades somehow. I don't know. I'm really thinking of just like getting the correct blades for this thing instead of those big old gator blades. I don't know. It's pretty odd. Alright, found the problem. It's hitting there for some reason. Not really sure why. It's just this fin here. That's pretty funny. Now here's my modification. Just a nice, easy, rounded tip there. Alright, let's try this again. Well, it's Saturday morning, guys, and I have someone coming. It's 8 a.m. He wanted to take a look at this thing. He said, do you have ramps? I want to load it onto my truck. So I think we're going to get this thing sold today. The guy should be showing up any minute. Then 1 hour later, we got this one, the camshaft replacement mower. Hopefully that's going to sell too, to a different guy. Still waiting on the guy.
I know, I'm just in the book.
That's not, I heard you reading it.
New package delivery.
Ah, we just missed it. I was gonna try to film the whole interaction, but yeah, I saw a little bit of cell phone footage at the end. But yeah, he came, they tested it, they liked it, we loaded it in the pickup truck. He rented a truck, didn't have a trailer, and yeah, we took the hood off and deflated the rear tires and the tailgate shut. So there we go, guys. That's a sale for you. Sold that for $1,500. Well, I know we didn't capture any footage of that Cub Cadet getting sold, but this is getting sold on the same day, so you guys might as well see that. Sometimes this is how sales go. They just pile up. 2 or 3. I've had this happen a couple times. Makes for quite a day, but let's get this one dropped off. Dropped off right where they wanted it. And that's a wrap on the Cub Cadet. You gotta love it when we can see the tractor getting picked up, worked on, and then eventually sold. I wish I captured some of the footage. Maybe you got a little bit from my cell phone there. But in the same day, just a couple hours later, we had the Craftsman sold. So that's a big day for sales for me. So I'm pretty pumped. And thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully this was an interesting project. These XT1s are pretty popular. They're still in the store. And got a pretty nice Kohler engine on it and a 46-inch deck. Anyway, I think a lot of people are mowing their lawns with this tractor, so hopefully this was a relevant one for you guys and maybe help somebody. Or maybe you're just starting to get into tractor flipping like I am, and you can do it too. That's what I always try to show with my videos, that this isn't too hard. I mean, it does take work and persistence and all that good stuff, but you know, anyone can do it as a hobby. So hopefully you guys are getting out there, getting your hands greasy and dirty, and working on some tractors. Well, stay tuned. We have more, and I'll see you guys on the next tractor video.